Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm back with another Christmas decor video for you today. As always, I'm super excited, so let's just jump right in. I have a piece of Dollar Tree MDF board, no surprise there. Some Dollar Tree greenery, some twine, my Rust-Oleum cream chiffon, some ribbon from Dollar Tree and from Joann's, and this Dollar Tree chalkboard, and some little gold ornament clips. They're plastic that came off of some small Dollar Tree ornaments from my stash. So I'm just going to take my paint jar and make my circles and add some little stems or little toppers to them. And I'm just going to cut those out using my X-Acto knife, my scissors, and my sander. So this is how I do my cutting of everything, large and small decor pieces that I use MDF board for. I draw them first, and then I take my wire cutters and I nip and nip and nip around the edges until I get it cut out. Then I will go in with my X-Acto knife and I will smooth everything out and define that shape even more. And then I will go back with my hand sander and make everything smooth and sand it down. You guys, these DIYs came out, oh my gosh, beautiful. I love them, and I hope you do too. So I'm going in with my sander and I'm making everything smooth. And then I'm showing you the little clips that I took off of some Dollar Tree ornaments. I went in with my Rust-Oleum chiffon cream and gave everything a nice coat of paint and set it to the side. Dollar Tree does have wood ornaments. You don't have to hand cut your own, but they were too big for this DIY. So in my case, to get what I needed, I had to make my own. So I'm just going to change how the jute cord sits on this sign. I want it to be wider so that I can get all of the ornaments strung across the top of it. Hanging it the other way, it was too short to get them all on. So now I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to take these little plastic ornament hangers and I'm just going to hot glue them to the top of these ornaments. Now that that's done, I am writing the word peace on these ornaments in pencil, and then you'll see me go back in with my black Sharpie and make everything nice, crisp, and clean. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today for this video. I am enjoying my Christmas crafting, and I truly hope you are enjoying watching. If you are, don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you're enjoying it, and they share me out a little bit more so others can enjoy it as well. Helps me stay in the algorithm, and for that, I'm greatly, greatly appreciative. So now I'm going to go in with my ornaments and string them onto the jute cord. And you can see what I was talking about, why I had to change the way that jute cord was on this chalkboard. They fit this way, but if I had tried to hang them the other way, it would have been too short and I couldn't get them all on because I tried. I tried not to have to cut another hole into this board, but it was inevitable and it's not going to matter because we're going to cover it all up. Even the part where I couldn't get the sticker all the way off and it kind of left a residue, that's going to get covered up as well. Taking my ruler and just making a straight line so I can write on earth. I know you can't see the pencil writing on the black chalkboard, but I can, and it gives me a base to then go back in with the Dollar Tree white marker and write over that so that you can see it. Welcome to all my brand new subscribers. I'm so blessed and happy to have you here. I'm glad you decided to choose Dee's Cute and Crafty for whatever reason. If I just showed up in your news feed or in your YouTube feed and you liked my decor, or if you like the sound of my voice, whatever the reason is, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the Cute and Crafty family. I love you and I'm blessed that you're here. To my ride or dies, you know I love you. Thank you for coming back, for watching my videos, for commenting and talking to me. You guys are such a blessing. Thank you. So our sign says peace on earth. And it's looking good so far. I'm going to take my black paint by Hello Hobby and cover up that little hole. And you're going to see a happy accident. And I did clean it all up, but then I decided why? So in the reveal, you won't see it, but I did go back and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. So you see I'm taking this frosted greenery from Dollar Tree and I'm going to add it to the top of my Peace on Earth sign. So you notice that I'm getting all these little white flakes and all of this little bit of snowfall. And it actually is very pretty. It was a happy accident. So, me being me, I'm like, I don't want that on there. So I cleaned it all off and then realized after I finished the entire sign and I had it hung up for the glam shots at the end, I actually liked it better with the frosted snow on it. So what you don't see is that I went back and I sprayed it with some adhesive spray. And then I took that greenery, I had some more pieces of it, and I just shook it over top of the sign and on top of that adhesive spray. And I made it frosted just like you see it here. As I said, you won't see it in the reveal, but I did go back and I put that snow back on this sign. It was a happy accident. It's beautiful and I love it. Now, is it my favorite of the three that I'm going to show you today? It is not. But if you'd like to know which one is, you're going to have to keep watching. And as always, comment down below, let me know which one is your favorite of the three. So now that I have my greenery stapled down to the top of my sign, I am going to make a bow like I always do, where I make my loops, I pinch them together, I tie them off with some jute cord, and then I fluff them out. And I'm just going to hot glue those to the top of this sign. I did put a jute hanger on the back so you can either hang it up or you can just keep it as a leaner, whichever one you prefer. But this little beauty is ready to be displayed. And here it is, you guys, DIY number one. But as I said, I went back in and I added that little frosted snowy touch to it. And that also helped cover up that little extra hole in the bottom of the sign. So with all of the snow on it, you don't see that. And it just looks so much better with that snow on it. You guys let me know what you think. Do you like it this way, all nice, neat, and clean? Or do you like it when I had my little happy accident and I had all that snow on it? I put the snow back on it. Moving on to DIY number two, I have a piece of a Dollar Tree board. I have some polyfill, some cotton. I have some wood rounds from Hobby Lobby. I have some vase filler from Dollar Tree. Some of this fleece or flannel scarf from Dollar Tree. Buttons, just black buttons in all different sizes. And we're going to start out by drawing on the shape that I want. So you see here that I had to draw it in white so you could see it. But I just drew like some teardrops or almost like a heart. And then I just drew a large vase looking shape. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like a vase to me. And then I cut those out, removed all that paper, and I covered it in some cardboard. After I covered it in cardboard, you guys know what I like to do. I trimmed it out in some jute cord. So I have those three pieces sitting there. You guys have seen me do that so much, so I didn't show it on camera. And now I'm going to show you how I cut my wood rounds. I made my line that I wanted with a black Sharpie so I could see it. I scored it with my X-Acto knife. And now I'm going in with this little whittling tool from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to hammer that tool down into the wood until it causes it to break. And if you do it right, it will break evenly. And now I'm just going to sand it down with my little hand sander. And that is how I cut all of my pieces of this wood round. I cut one piece in half, and the one piece that I cut in half, I ended up notching out the center just a little bit so it would sit flush against this larger piece that you see here. You guys, this one is my favorite, hands down, without a doubt. Sammy is my favorite. I have already named him. He is Sammy the Santa Bear. I love him so much. I hope you guys do too. I'm excited. So I am taking some wood glue from Dollar Tree. It worked out okay, but Gorilla Glue, the Gorilla Glue, wood glue, if you have it, use it. It would be awesome for this. So I used wood glue and hot glue, and I attached the little ears to the top of that larger wood round, and then I set it to the side to let it fully dry. Definitely overnight if you can, but for purposes of this video, I did not. If you have clamps, use those as well. So now I'm going to take my shapes, and I'm going in with the Raw Sienna by Apple Barrel. I'm going back in with the Melted Chocolate by Apple Barrel as well. And I'm just going to get the color of the bear that I want. You guys color yours the way that you want. You see, I added some rubber bands to the top of my ears just to make sure that they held down until they glued or until the glue dried, the hot glue and the wood glue. The hot glue did right away, but you know, the wood glue takes a little more time. So now I am marking the back of the bear's head so I know where to place my glue, because I won't need glue at the top because it's not going to be adhered to anything. So adding wood glue and hot glue to the MDF board, and that holds together nicely. Then I'm going to take another wood round and make the snout of the bear, adding wood glue and hot glue to that. And then I'll take another piece, which is smaller, just to give you the actual nose of the bear, where the nostrils would be. And now I'm going to take my little teardrops or heart-shaped pieces, and I'm going to hot glue them to the bear's body for his arms. And actually, I should have flared them out just a little bit more to give me room to put my two little feet. And as I showed you in the beginning of this video, I did cut the rounded edges off so that they would sit flat and flush to the actual table or wherever it is you're going to be displaying your bear. You have to have a flat surface. The rounded surface, I guess, would work, but I didn't want to chance it, so I just cut it off and made it flat. And what I ended up doing was taking some cardboard, as you can see, and tracing around that wood piece so that I can then stack it and glue it to the back of the wood piece, because I wanted some lift, a little bit of elevation from the bear's body. And because the feet that I made are also, they're sitting on his arm just a little bit and then on the body, it caused it to be a little bit lopsided. So you will see that I'm going to add just another little piece of cardboard. See how it's tilted in right there? You see me adding my two little pieces of cardboard, and I'm going to add that to the back so that where you see that it lays into the bear a little bit, I'm going to lift that up to make it all even. Just like that. Now it's even. Without those two little pieces that I added, they would dent in or lean into the bear's body and be crooked, and I don't want that. Now I'm taking my black marker and I'm just going to give the face a little bit of definition for the mouth. I'm taking two black buttons to make his eyes, and then some smaller buttons to make the pads of his feet. He is coming together so nicely. I love him. I love the detail of it. I love the rustic look and feel of it. And again, absolutely my favorite of the three today. Just going to hot glue those buttons down. And now adding some hot glue to the back of the feet. I'm going to go ahead and stand it up and make sure it's nice and flush to my table so that it stands on its own. And then I will add the other foot or paw, whatever you want to call it. We're going to add that as well. Now we're going to take a long strip of that fleece scarf and tie it around the bear's neck. I'm going to take another piece of that fleece and make a little cone shape just by folding it over and then just cutting a little bit of a circle at the bottom, like a half circle. And we're just going to hot glue that together. Make sure your hot glue is dry. Don't do what I did. I was so excited about this, I tried to turn it inside out before it was dry, and then I had to wait. I had to smash it back down and just wait. So while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and add some black paint to the buttons because you could see the hot glue seeping through the buttonholes. So we're just going to cover that up with some black paint. And now I'm going to go into my stash of vase filler and see what pieces I want to use to embellish the scarf. I'm going to end up using a piece of greenery and a couple of pine cones. Just going to tack that scarf down a little bit with some hot glue. And now I'm hot gluing down my pine cones. And I'm going to take that little cone hat that I made and I'm going to hot glue it to the ear of the bear. I'm taking my cotton. I had a cotton ball and I just pulled it and stretched it out to give the hat some fluff. I'm going to take the rest of that cotton and just add it to the top of the hat. I did add batting inside the hat before I hot glued it to the ear. And I want the cotton ball on the end of the hat a little bigger, so I'm adding some more cotton. I added a dab of glue onto the hat so that I could smash it down on itself so that it looks like it's just tilted sideways a little bit. And then I'm going to hot glue the back of the hat. And Sammy, the Santa Bear, is all done. Oh my gosh, you guys, he is adorable. I love it. It is so cute. Moving on to DIY number 3 and the last one of this project, I have some leftover gingerbread forms and candy canes from previous DIY. I have some gingham red and tan ribbon, one of these Dollar Tree door hanger wreaths, I guess, with the beads, and then I have the same paint that I used before, which is the raw sienna, and I have 2 of these Dollar Tree small Christmas signs and also a piece of cardboard. This one's quick and easy. It's just little pieces of things that I had laying around, definitely reusing um, some of those gingerbread men. I made a lot of the cardboard gingerbread men, and so I have one left over I'm going to use for this DIY. Going to be doing some hand lettering. And also I have a leftover candy cane. So yeah, this was really easy to throw together with pieces that I already had available to me. So I just cut the signs apart and I thought that I would keep the framing around the outside of the sign and use it, but I ended up breaking it and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I had to do something else. So I'm just going to hot glue my 2 squares to that piece of cardboard. And here you see me trying to or attempting to use those frames, and it just did not work out. So I cut it and lined it up with the previous hole or the existing holes that are there. And that I don't want it separated in the middle. So I'm going to cut this other piece as well. But I cut it like upside down. I don't know how I did that. So when I went to line up the holes for the second piece, they didn't line up. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I could have flipped it over on the other side, but the other side was covered in glue and it was too much to try to, fix or get off of there. So I said, well, I'm just going to keep rolling. I can make this work. So I'm filling in the little holes, the little space in between the framing so that I have one long piece. I don't have that divider in the middle. So that was working out well. And all I was going to do was cover those bottom holes in spackle, add 2 new holes to the top, and that's where it went left because that's where I broke it, trying to add those 2 holes to the top. So here you see me just outlining my cardboard so I know where to paint the white paint in the center. I don't want it everywhere because on the edges where I'm going to try to add my framework, I don't need paint there. It sticks better when you don't have a lot of paint. But as I told you, I ended up trying to put holes in the top because I was going to use those holes to hang my jute cord. I broke it. So then I switched over to cardboard, as you can see me using now. And from here, everything went fine. I leave these little pieces in, you guys, because crafting is just that. It's crafting. You mess something up, you got to switch gears and figure out a different route to take. It's not perfect, but you can usually fix it. I can usually repair something if I don't like how it's going. So the cardboard, can I talk or no? The cardboard worked out fine because it looks like wood. When I'm done painting it, it looks like old distressed wood. So I like it. So we're just trimming out the edge of the sign with the cardboard. And now I'm just going to add my gingerbread man to the side of the board so that I know where to start my lettering. So I'm going to do my hand lettering in pencil first. And it's going to say, I just want to bake stuff and watch Christmas movies all day. That's what I'm writing. Changing up the font a little bit because I think it gives it more interest when it's written different, when it's not all the same font. Pencil first as always so that I can erase any mistakes that I make. And now I'm going back in with my Sharpie and defining my lettering. Okay, so now that I've got all of that written, I'm going to start decorating my little snowman. Why do I keep wanting to call the gingerbread man a snowman? I did that in the last video. Oh my goodness. I'm going to decorate my gingerbread man, and I'm just going to paint him with that raw sienna. I like that color for gingerbread. I took my Sharpie, gave him some little eyes and a mouth. Using those same small green beads, we're going to give him some little buttons down the front of his body. And then I'm going to take my white Dollar Tree marker and trim out the entire gingerbread man and then make the little decorations on the wrist and the feet or the, I don't know, the ankles. It's weird to say that a gingerbread man has ankles, but yeah, we got to do the trim work at the bottom of the feet. Gonna make a little bow for his neck using that red and tan gingham check. And we're just about done with this one. And here is me using that marker to outline the gingerbread man to make it look like frosting. So this is the part where I make the cardboard look like wood. So I'm just taking my melted chocolate apple barrel paint and I'm giving it just a really quick dry brush on there. I don't want to use too much paint because I don't want the cardboard to get oversaturated. Then I go in with my white and I distress it. I use the Waverly white and I distress around that brown and it actually looks really good. I love it. And now I'm just going to attach the gingerbread man right there in the corner using some hot glue. Just want to see where the candy cane looks best. And we're just going to attach that with hot glue as well. And because I want this to look rustic and farmhouse and old and weathered, all of the things that bring me joy, I am going to take some jute twine. I'm going to thread on these beads, red and white, to make my hanger. And then I'm going to take some more of that jute twine and trim out the inside of that cardboard. This is adorable. I love it. This is the reveal, you guys. Everything that I've made for you today, it all came out gorgeous. Again, just imagine the peace on earth sign with that frosted, snowy look that it had in the beginning. I did put that back on there and I love it so much. But definitely Sammy the Santa Bear stole my heart. He's my favorite. Let me know what you guys think. Be blessed, be safe. See you in the next one.